The first 2 weeks of the college football season has been dominated by the Colorado Buffaloes, and now they're about to reap the dividends of those benefits on the recruiting trail. Recruiting is about to get ugly. Let's talk about it after the bumper. Stay tuned. What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsyJr. This is the Victory Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsy Jr. YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. Now, the numbers are in. Colorado, over the course of the first 2 weeks, had 16 million people tune in to watch their games. Now, that's not to mention they sold out both stadiums. They sold out TCU. They sold out their home game. Every home game at Folsom Field this year will be sold out. It is that is what it is. That's yet to be, everywhere they go, they'll be sold out. And now, when you do that, when you have over 8 million people watch your game where the kickoff is at noon, the same amount, if not more, a higher TV rating than Alabama, Texas, which was played at like 7 o'clock at night. And then not to mention the week before you had 7.25 million people watch your game. People are going to take notice, and not just anybody, not just regular people, the people that matter, the players, the recruits. And I'm specifically talking about high school recruiting, because the transfer portal recruiting, what they'll do this offseason, that will be absurd. But right now we have to talk about the high school recruits, because they're the ones that matter at this point, and they're the ones that are really taking notice of what's happening in Boulder right now. Let me go ahead and share with you all my screen for some of the things that are taking place as we speak because of what's happening at Boulder. I talk about the TV audiences that took in CU games the past 2 weeks, 7.25, 8.73 over the 2 weeks. Now you've got Big Noon Kickoff, 60 Minutes, ESPN's College Game Day, and ESPN's First Take, all going to Boulder this week ahead of their game against Colorado State. Think about this. Colorado State versus Colorado got every major platform, not just every major sports platform, every major platform, period, wanting to be in the building to watch what Coach Prime and the Buffs are doing. And it's pretty incredible. And this includes what matters the most, which are the players, meaning recruits. This is just some of the things. I'm going to just show you a couple of pieces to take note. Tennessee 4-star commit Boot Carter taking an unofficial visit to Colorado this weekend. He's already been there. Then he committed to Tennessee. He's like, let me go see what it's like when an actual game is being played. That's Boot Carter. So that's one 4-star. Then we have to talk to you about another big time 4-star, this time out of IMG Academy. Elite offensive tackle Jordan Seaton tells Josh Newberg that he will take an unofficial visit to Colorado this weekend. Seaton ranks as the number 23 player overall in the class of 2024, according to On3. So that's 2 4-stars. You got to, and once you get people into a building sold out, you put on a show, you have a good time, they get to meet all these different celebrities that pop up to your games. It makes it a lot easier for them to pack up their bags from the state of Florida and end up in Boulder, Colorado, even though it's 900 miles away, 1,000 miles away, or whatever. So those are 2. But here's the big one. The big one, now he's young. He won't be there next year. He won't even have a chance to be there next year. But this is a big fish that Colorado's got a chance of landing. Colorado, a contender for 247 Sports, number 1 player in the country, 2025 quarterback Bryce Underwood, who aims to visit for the USC game. Now, when you have a guy like Shedeur Sanders, you have to have someone to come in and to replace him once he's gone, whether it's after this season or after next season. And why not make that player the number 1 player in the country? It says much has been made early in the recruiting process about Bryce Underwood being highest on Michigan and LSU. Quote, that's so far what's coming for what's happening. Underwood's father, Jaquan, said to 247 Sports, while the Bellevue, Michigan a high 5-star, has great interest in the Tiger and Wolverines. Another contender is definitely emerging in Colorado. The Underwood family spoke with head coach Deion Sanders, and they're aiming to get out to Boulder for the USC game at the end of the month. Honestly, I felt I wouldn't say nervous, but it was very exciting to have my first conversation, the younger Underwood said. It was good to have my first conversation with him. Quote, just him letting me know he wanted me there and to lead them to a national championship was exciting to hear. The 6'3", 205-pound Underwood was excited to see the highlights of Colorado's season opening 45-42 win, a statement road victory over the 17th-ranked TCU, where quarterback Shedeur Sanders threw for a program record 510 yards and 4 touchdowns, 4 receivers finishing with over 100 yards each. Quote, that means they can get the most out of their playmakers, the ball. Underwood said he looks forward to seeing where the process with the Buffaloes take him. So think about this. If you're a young 5-star, highly touted quarterback who just so happens to can't be able to be on a college campus until 2025, the same year Shedeur Sanders projects as the #1 overall pick, and you see that, offense, that Sean Lewis offense that allows you to pick defenses apart from left to right, and right to left, to left to right, and right to left. Throw for 500 yards in the first game ever in that offense against a ranked team on the road. And then you followed it up with 393 against a bitter rival at your crib. Looks really appealing. Looks really, really appealing. See, this goes into one of those major superpowers I talked about with Deion Sanders. See, he can recruit like nobody else. He has a recruiting pitch. It's not a salesman pitch, but a recruiting pitch that nobody else in the country can offer. There's not another Hall of Famer in college football at the head coaching position. And not just the Hall of Famer, the greatest ever to do it. The greatest. There's not another one ever. Pro Football Hall of Fame, College Football Hall of Fame, and the greatest defensive back ever. Also happen to play both ways and be really good at both of them and play in World Series and, everything. And so that's his superpower when it comes to recruiting. And these are just the high school recruits. We know once the season is over, there's going to be disgruntled players that dipsy-do dunkaroo into that portal, and you know what Coach Prime loves to do with the portal. Hell, that'll be players that actually play a lot and do great for their team this year. That'll bungee jump into the portal, and there goes Coach Prime and his staff to go get them. So the recruiting is only going to pick up. He said this week that their phone has been ringing off the hook about recruits wanting to get up to Boulder to see the program, to touch them, to feel them, to watch them in person, to talk to the coaches, to get around them. And I believe it. When you can get 16 million people to watch you over 2 weeks, when every time you take the field, the stadium is sold out, kids want to do that. Kids want to play in front of that. And they'll be willing to travel from Texas, far away, to travel from Georgia, to travel from Florida, very far away, and come see it in person. Now, all of them won't be, and that's why I don't think, I hate to be premature. That's why I don't think he'll be at Colorado forever, because it's hard to get a kid to go 800 miles away from home to play for you. That's not to say that there aren't kids that'll do it. It's a lot easier to do it when you're in the state of Florida and the state of Texas to get those kids to go 40 miles or 50 miles or 2 hours. You know what I mean? But regardless, as of right now, Colorado is the hottest thing in sports. And it's paying dividends on the recruiting trail. As long as they're there, players will want to go play for Prime. Play for Prime is a hashtag that they've used before. And to see that the #1 quarterback in the class of 2025, who probably can reclassify if Shedeur decides to enter the draft, the 24 draft, it's a big deal. It is a big, big deal to get someone like that very interested in your program and to, shy away from the LSUs and the Michigans and start looking at the Boulder, Colorados, something only Coach Prime can do. But the recruiting is, you're about to see, Colorado is about to see. Now, last year you saw it to a certain extent with all the, the 90 some odd transfers. But this recruiting cycle, you're about to see a recruiting class, quite frankly, you may have never seen before in the history of your program. That's how crazy it's starting to get. Leave your thoughts in the comments down below. Recruiting is about to explode for the Colorado Buffaloes, unlike something they've never seen before. My name is JeffLightsYJr. This is the Victor Formation Sports Show right here on JeffLightsYJr, YouTube, Facebook, wherever you get your content. Do me a favor, hit that thumbs up button, like, share, subscribe, and the notification bell because we upload all the time. Thank you guys for tuning in. Also, you can follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. That is on Instagram and Twitter at JLightsy7. Thank you guys for tuning in. See you next time. Peace.